at the yard, and it has been raining as the flowers show. The Tigers and Orioles, though, right now have a lot of blue sky above them as they look to conclude this 3-game set. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne for the Orioles. They need one in order to avoid being swept. The last time Detroit swept the series against the Orioles here in Baltimore was back in 2005. The Orioles have been swept in series this year 7 times coming into this Sunday game. This has not been a good homestand. The homestand will be wrapped up today, and the numbers on it are less than what the Orioles had hoped for. 2-7 so far, hitting only .224 in those 9 games, 13 home runs, starter ERA 7.23 in the homestand. The bullpen, on the other hand, 1.3. And amazingly, the Orioles have had 5 one-run losses this homestand. That is a new mark in Orioles history here. The one thing that has been consistent for the Orioles, it has been the defense. This homestand has had some great plays. Markakis, his 11th assist on the out at the plate. He is tied for 3rd in the league. Bell at 3rd has been outstanding, handling a bunt by Pierre. Davis at first base. Magnificent plays going both right and left. Get Reynolds back over there at 3rd from first. Picked right up where he left off at first base. And Hardy, he's just had some sensational plays. Even a pitcher gets involved in a line drive that goes as a line out 1-3. The defense has been there, but for the Orioles trying to sink the offense in the pitching, Mike Flanagan, not yet.
It has not been there. The starting pitching has really had just a terrible homestand. The bullpen's had a great homestand on the other side. The long men have really come through in this long homestand, but not a lot of success. And the thing is, they haven't had any timely hitting, but they've been a fun club to watch with the long ball, which I guess since June 1st they bombed as many as anybody out in the major league. So, how it builds for the future, not so sure. That rotation still needs to get its act together.
Yep. Now, the home runs have been there, as you said, Mike, even though it hasn't resulted in wins. Take a look at some homers that have been hit here, including yesterday.
Yeah, Vladimir Guerrero getting into double figures. That's starting to come around after a very quiet homestand for Vladimir Guerrero. And Blake Davis getting his first Major League home run, also very encouraging, joining that home run club. And after a brief review, they will give him his first Major League home run. Percentage of home runs via 44%. That's the highest in the American League. And the power surge, 139 as the club. Again, this club's running up into some historical home run totals for this club. And the AL leaders, we have 3 in the top 12 and may end up with maybe, who knows, 3 in the top 5.
Well, let's see if the Orioles can combine the home runs with some good starting pitching today. If so, they can avoid the sweep by the Tigers. Orioles taking the field, and we'll be back to take a look at our starting lineups and starters for Game 3. On Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by Hyundai. It's time to join the movement. And back here at Camden Yards, amazingly, the sun is shining. Take a look at our game time temperature, brought to you by Train. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a Train. 76 degrees, humidity's way up there, virtually no breeze, and a lot of rain around this morning. Rained very hard, but right now you can see pretty good looking skies. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers, who have won 3 games in a row, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Jackson, Dirks, and Ordonez, Cabrera, Martinez, and Peralta, Rayburn, Avila, and Santiago. What a series this has been for Andy Dirks, their left fielder.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on JoJo Reyes. What he'll do is need to take the lead. 58% of leadoff men have reached a little over half. That is not a very good number. He'll need to improve on that today to be successful. Second time this is his second start in an Oriole uniform, so I guess we'll give him a mulligan for his first one, which would get just average reviews. And so another opportunity this afternoon. And right to be careful. Right-handed hitters, 302 batting average against him with 14 home runs allowed. This will be his 22nd start. You see the overall record. A lot of hits to innings pitched, and also a fair share of walks. So a lot of base runners for JoJo Reyes in this, his 23rd start of the year.
Lifetime against the Detroit Tigers, 1 start. That was in May of this year. He gave up 5 runs, 8 hits, 7 innings, and took the loss in the game. So 0-1 against the Tigers. Austin Jackson had a home run against him in that ball game, and it's Jackson who's going to be leading off for the Tigers, and we're underway. And the pitch will be outside for a ball. Jackson has had a 2 for 8 in this series, hitting at 241, and a pitch that'll catch the corner. Jackson, Dirks, and Ordonez. Tigers rolling along at 64 and 55, have a 3-game lead they've been able to hang on to in that Central Division. The Cleveland Indians, they're going to be facing when they head home after this game. Cleveland's the team in second place, followed by the White Sox 5 games out. Jimmy Leyland's ball club, big series for them. I mean, they're all big for the rest of the way here with 6 weeks to go in the season. 1-2 delivery will be fouled off outside of third base. The Orioles trying to get out of a 3-game losing streak and head to the West Coast with a W under their belt. But Showalter's team now 28 and 35 here at home in the year. Jackson again will fight that pitch off from Reyes, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. The teaching that never ends.
And the questions. I have a question for you. Why are we doing it this way?
He was talking about that in the press conference before the game today. He goes up and down the bench intentionally, talking to players about game situations. All right, what do you see? What would you do here if you were out there at second base right now and the count's this and he's up? That kind of stuff. He said, I just want to see if people are paying attention and if they see the game inside the game, is how he put it.
Yeah, I know my father played minor league baseball. I said that was a common thing for managers to do, to go down and ask you, and sometimes you'd be so on the defensive.
Down to third, backhand stop again by Reynolds, and off the mark and safe. Reynolds needed the clean pick, good knockdown, but it took him a minute to get a hold of it.
And he's gone over a month at third base without making an error. This one backhanded, keeps it in front of him. A couple of hops in that low sidearm throw just takes Chris Davis off first base. Off the webbing of the glove, and as we said, only 1 error committed by Reynolds in over the last 35 games or so.
They will credit Jackson with a base hit to lead off the ball game. Here is Dirks. Andy Dirks getting the start in left field. Bosch injured. They got a play at second. Got a chance for 2. There's 1. Nope, Dirks too much speed. Hardy taking the play at second base, so Dirks' attempt on the bunt not successful.
Let's take a look at our Nissan defensive starting lineup this afternoon. Reimold, Jones, and Markakis in the outfield. Reynolds, Hardy, Andino, and Davis at first base. Greg Tatum getting the start this afternoon, giving at least first part of the game off for Matt Wieters. It's Nissan's bottom line sales event, and we're laying it all on the line. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today.
So one away as the bunt, sacrifice bunt does not work. Now Dirk's on with Ordonez up. Ordonez, another start in right field, has had a 3 for 9 in the 3 games. He's hitting just .228 on the season, and he's been able to do some damage against the Orioles with a 6 for 17 this year against the O's. Pretty good lead by Dirks. It'll be foul back Ordonez.
Yeah, if I'm certainly JoJo Reyes, I am really happy that they want to give me an out with a bunt early in the game, especially someone like Dirks who had been 5 for 9 in the series. I'll take the out.
Magglio Ordonez, a 1-ball 1-strike count, will foul it off. This ball club, the Tigers, have been very tough on left-handers. They are 22-14 against left-handed starters. That is the 6th best win percentage. Philadelphia, the Yankees, Boston, San Francisco, and Tampa Bay are ahead of them against left-handers win percentage-wise. And it'll be taken up high. Detroit as a team hits .270 off lefties and .265 off right-handers. 2-ball 2-strike count. Dirk's trying to get a read on JoJo Reyes. Has extended his lead out to that cut of the grass. Not going though, and a ground ball to short. Hardy. There's one. Relay to first, and the Orioles get the double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Despite a leadoff single, only 3 are faced in the first. From Catonsville, for every double play the Orioles turn today, John, you get $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery, and you've already won $1,000. You can enter 2 great scratch-offs for a chance to win. See how you can turn non-winning double play or Amazing 8 scratch-offs into cash or O's prizes by going to mdlottery.com/double play. So congratulations, $1,000. 27-year-old right-hander Doug Fister.
And here's the scouting report on Doug Fister. Where's my wins? They have a 3.37 ERA, 13 quality starts. Well, gets the lowest run support of any starter in the American League per 9. 2.2 runs per 9 innings. And just seven home runs allowed in 155 innings of work for this right-hander. So he keeps the ball in the ballpark, and also a pretty good track record against the Orioles. 2-0 lifetime.
1-0 delivery will be fouled back. Nolan Rimo put into the leadoff spot again for the Orioles. Not because he hits Fister. He's 0 for 5.
Broke that trend. Buck must have heard us talking about it up here. So,
and not because he's had a hot series. He's 0 for 4.
So no reason for it today.
There's no reason for him to hit first.
Righty lefty thing. Nothing.
Here's the 1-1 delivery, and the slider will miss outside. Fister coming over in a 6-player deal with Seattle on July 30. That's where he didn't get all that run support with a Seattle team that has struggled offensively. Makes his third start of the season with the Tigers, and that's exactly what Buck Showalter knew. He had a bunch of offers he was guaranteed to hit, and he did. He got it. Take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. After Reimold at the top, Hardy, Markakis, Jones, Guerrero, and Reynolds, Davis, Tatum, and Andino. For Vladdy, a very good series, 4 for 8. And we'll bring up J.J. Hardy. Hardy has had a 2 for 8 against the Tigers in this 3-game set. Reimold on with a leadoff single, and Hardy will take it for a strike.
And just a great overall homestand for J.J. Hardy. 10 for 26, 4 homers, 6 runs, 10 RBIs. That's a homestand.
He has been a consistent part of the offense for the Orioles all year long, and continues to put up some big numbers. And the home run mark of 26, his career high, closing in on that, 3 away. Slider will be taken away, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Hardy. In the month of August for Hardy, he's hitting .351, 5 home runs so far this month. He leads the Orioles in homers. Reynolds has 3 in August. 1-1 delivery in the air to left field. That is going to be near the wall, reaching up, and a great catch by Andy Dirks. And hustling back is Reimold, as Dirks makes a tremendous catch in the gap.
Yeah, great jump by Andy Dirks and left. Hanging breaking ball. It looks like the carbon copy to the home runs we've seen from J.J. Hardy. Just a little bit lower. Nice backhanded play. Reimold was convinced he was in the alley. He has to retouch second base and return to first.
So a couple of big defensive plays in the first inning. The double play for the Orioles, and now that catch to rob Hardy of an extra base hit. Here's Nick Markakis. Nick trying to get out of an 0-for. He's 0 for 8 in the first 2 games of this series, hitting at .280, 20 doubles, 11 home runs, and 51 runs batted in. And Reimold back to the bag. Nick hitting only .239 so far in August. We are closing in on the midway point of this month. The 0-1 pitch is hit in the air to right field. That's going to drive Ordonez back at the wall. Looking up, Ordonez. Goodbye, home run. Nick Markakis. He doesn't just get out of the 0-for. He gets a couple of RBIs, and the Orioles lead it 2-0.
Home run of the season for Markakis. Down and in. Looks like a straight changeup right on top of that right center field wall, right over the 373 mark. I think Markakis pulled the ball a lot more on this homestand.
And the Orioles are able to get on top in the first inning. Number 12 for Nick Markakis. And as Mike noted, that's only the 8th home run surrendered by Doug Fister in 156 innings worked. There's a shattered bat foul ball with a barrel well beyond third base by Adam Jones. He'll get a new piece of lumber. Adam has had 3 hits and 8 at-bats against the Tigers. Of the 8 home runs surrendered by Fister, 6 have come by left-handed bats this year. The Orioles continue, as we showed you in our open, to just pound out homers. If only they could convert those into wins.
If that hadn't happened, we said that what's that, 92 home runs now since the 1st of June. I think their record in that period is 21-43.
Yep. 2-strike count. Obviously a very disappointing last night. The Orioles with that 5-0 lead and losing it 6-5. Pitch will be taken. 1-ball, 2-strike count. And the Tigers now have won 8 straight 1-run ball games. That is a club record. beating the old mark of 7 set in 1944. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Jones. And the Orioles with a new mark at home. They had never lost in Baltimore. 5 one-run games in an 8-game set. That caught him squarely on the front side. Richie Banzel's out to top.
And the 10th hit batter of the year. Looks like I'm right in the rib cage. Thud.
Buck Showalter's out talking to him as well.
Yeah, 10th batter that Pfister has hit. That's coming in. Well, 9 was 4th most in the American League. He has that 2-seam fastball that really runs in on right-handers.
Dodge Ram Expo brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram. So on at first base is Jones. Here's Guerrero with a 4 for 8 in the series. Takes a look down on the call by Jeff Nelson on that strike. Nelson, the crew chief, has the plate today. Vladdy's hit the Tigers hard. 8 for 21, 2 home runs this year against them. Fouled off outside of third base. Vladdy given a day of rest during this homestand to try and get it going. Has picked it up, hitting .209 in the month of August, though, and 1 home run this month. Pfister with a 2-strike count. Pfister rarely walks anybody, only 32 walks. He's got the 6th best walk per 9-inning ratio in the American League at 1.9. But he kind of makes up for that with those 10 hit batters now that he's put on base. One-two delivery. That'll be fouled back into the screen.
He's a very tall right-hander, but again, almost impossible to run on. Only 4 steals in his 62 major league outings. That sort of slide step delivery barely lifts that left leg. Gets rid of the ball quickly. And part of the reason he's able to keep runners at first, he's among the league leaders.
That's going to go to third base, played by Rayburn for 1 relay, and they get the double play. So each team gets a double play, but the Orioles get the Nick Markakis homer, his 12th of the year, and a 2-0 lead. In the American League with Adrian Gonzalez on top, Casey Kochman, Michael Young, Victor Martinez, and Miguel Cabrera, 2 Detroit Tigers in that top 5. Call today for the Luna Double and get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Jojo Reyes gets the lead. It'll be Cabrera, Martinez, and Peralta for the Tigers. Cabrera comes in with an 11-game hit streak. He is hitting .362 during the streak. Leads the American League in walks and on base percentage. A lot of big offensive numbers for him, and you saw it in that top 5 in hitting in the American League. 2-0 delivery, and he'll take it. Count goes to 2-1 from Reyes.
Yeah, he's just one of the best right-handed hitters certainly in the game today. He is in the top 10 in just about every important offensive category.
He hits .350 off left-handers and just under .300 against righties this year.
Having a great August, hitting .383.
Cabrera, the 3-1 delivery, and a called strike. Might want to get the bat back. And you might want to consider covering a little extra on that next pitch.
Covering a little bit more rain. Let's take a look at the 3-1 pitch to Cabrera. And you can see the exaggerated pullback by Tatum.
Cabrera, now Leland hollering a little bit as Cabrera and Nelson having a little go-to.
Seriously, I'm not showing you up. It was a ball.
Oh, that's a good response.
Yeah, that would work.
And he goes to center field and gets a base hit. So Cabrera leads it off with a single. Tigers' second hit. Orioles going to be back at Camden Yards on Friday, August 26th with that 5-game, 4-day series against the Yankees. Good seats remain for all 5, including the day-night doubleheader Saturday, August 27th. I hope you'll paint the park orange. Get your tickets 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Certainly looks like that will be a big 5-game set for the Yankees, who it looks as though will continue in that battle with the Red Sox chasing the division lead. It's down to 1 game now. Boston on top of New York. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Here's Martinez, the designated hitter. Victor Martinez, knee that's been bothering him has not prevented him from continuing to hit well at the plate. That's going to be a base hit. Loops that one into right field. He limps down to first. Over to third goes Cabrera.
Well, those two in the middle of the lineup just make it look way too easy. Victor Martinez just flips this one in the right field. And they will go first, third. Pitch up over the, right off the end of the bat. He's now 4 for 9 in the series. Cabrera now 4 for 7.
He's limping almost as badly as Konerko was with the Chicago White Sox.
2 hitters right in the middle of their lineups, important parts.
Yeah, he can amazing. Both Konerko and he were still able to get the job done. Here's Peralta, and he'll take the pitch down low. The Tigers are trying to get through, probably through to Wednesday, with only 1 catcher. As Jimmy Leland knows, Martinez with that bad knee cannot catch. Avila's having to do all the catching. Their third catcher in the system is on rehab, and they want him to play 2 more games in the minors before they call him back up. So they're really keeping their fingers crossed that Avila does not get hurt. He's having to pull full-time duty, and he's doing it well.
I'd say whoever their emergency catcher is probably more nervous than Jimmy Leland.
And a towering pop-up in the infield right behind the mound. Davis will make the catch. Peralta's retired. Not a necessarily easy play right there. A lot of glare, and plus that angle's not one first baseman particularly like.
No. Covering a lot of ground. The sky seems to be changing by the minute.
That'll bring Rayburn to the plate. Rayburn getting the start at third base in this game. He played at second base in the ball game last night. Another thing on the injury front for the Tigers, they've had to play second baseman Carlos Guillen on the DL. He's got a sore left wrist. They brought up second baseman Will Rhymes from the Mud Hens. He played a lot last year with the Tigers. This year playing at Toledo, 89 games for Rhymes, hitting .303, so he's up with the big club today. Rayburn, a 3-game hit streak. Runners on at first and third, and a strike taken. The Tigers are not happy with the strike zone of Jeff Nelson, the home plate umpire. It's a big opportunity for them and for Reyes to try and shut this inning down. One away. And a swing and a miss. Boy, big outs here on Peralta and Rayburn. 2 down.
Get a big double play in the first inning and now in trouble. Gets an infield pop-up. And on the 0-2 pitch, gets Rayburn to expand the strike zone on a ball in the dirt.
So Avila will come up. He's hitting .296 with runners in scoring position and .291 overall. And he'll be looking for the 2-out RBI. Cabrera's at third base, Martinez at first. Both had singles. Avila's got a 10-game hit streak coming into this ball game. And he'll foul it back. He's hitting .400 during the streak, 14 for 35. He's had 13 doubles, 2 triples, 7 home runs, 31 RBIs over the last 66 games. Jojo Reyes doesn't have to worry about the runner at first. Martinez isn't going to go anywhere. And the pitch will be high and inside, 1-1. Reyes, of course, went through that 28-game losing streak that ended this year on May 30, where he got a win against the Indians. Followed that up with a victory against the Orioles. He outdueled Jeremy Guthrie in a 7-4 win back in June. 1-1 pitch will be taken inside. That one's slipping away. He's just trying to get his pitching life back together again, and he almost set a new major league record.
Yeah, the one you don't want to. I don't want to be on that list.
Tied the mark of 28 consecutive losses, but ended it there, and then was claimed off waivers by the Orioles from Toronto on August 2nd. 2-1 delivery by Reyes, went outside with it and missed, and a 3-1 count on Avila. .26 years old, high batting average against him. Lefties .311, right-handers .304. A lot of home runs, 16. 3-1. He got the pitch in. 3-2.
Got a fastball to hit, challenging Avila. But you're right, left-handers hitting .311, righties .302. Big difference in the power. Left-handed hitters only 2 home runs against Reyes.
Two men on to start the inning, and Reyes is trying to leave him out there. Avila backs out.
This is really where the Orioles starting pitching has had a difficult time. With 2 outs, getting that 3rd out in an inning.
3-2 runner going, and he got him on an off-speed breaking ball. So a great job by Reyes after the first 2 reach. He gets the pop out and 2 strikeouts to end the inning. 2-0 Orioles.
homestand. Right off the bat, first inning, ground ball, double play. J.J. Hardy starting to double play. Andy Dirks also a nice fine play in left center field, and Tigers some defense of their own, winning their own double play. So already becoming an important part of today's game. Let's take a look at the Tigers defense. Dirks, Jackson, Ordonez, Rayburn, Peralta, Santiago getting the start today. Cabrera at first. And Al Aguilar getting the start on the day game behind the home plate.
And Reynolds on the cut. He was given a day off here during this series. He has one hit in his last 22 at bats. He is 1 for 3 against Pfister with a home run. And a big cut, fouled that one off into the mitt, and quickly a 2-strike count.
Yeah, swinging right through a pinch hit in the ninth in last night's game, but he's 1 for his last 22 with 10 strikeouts. Part of the reason getting the night off last night, or the majority of the night off.
Here's the 0-2 delivery by Pfister, and that'll be up high. Mark continues to be behind Adam Dunn as far as the strikeouts are concerned. And as we'll show you later on, cutting down on strikeouts as far as he's concerned, but he will add another one right there, number 137.
Yeah, low 2-seamer with the 1-2 pitch, bottom falls out of it. 90-mile-an-hour sinker. I know this is the third start for Pfister. That is his first strikeout in a Tiger uniform, and he also has not walked anyone. Somewhat unusual statistics.
Pfister's been very good about staying away from free passes. Davis will go after that and fouls it off. Pfister has held opponents to 2 walks or fewer in 20 of his 23 starts.
And he had a start against the Orioles when he was a member of the Seattle Mariners back on the I guess the end of April, was it? Actually, it was in May, but it was a 4-3 win. He went 7 1/3, struck out 9.
In the air to the gap, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. So Davis is on his 3rd hit of the series. Take a look at our PNC minor league report, brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. Joe Mahoney, first base at Bowie, last 10 games, has heated up. 382 batting average, 7 extra base hits, 12 RBIs included. Those some real good numbers for him over the last 10 games. Keeping an eye on him as far as first base options are concerned for the Orioles next year. Here is Tatum. Waiters gets the day off, and Tatum will take it for a strike. The Orioles backup catcher getting in a game today. He's had only 3 at bats in the month of August, and overall only his 20th game and 47 times to the plate. And Dino will follow. That is foul back. Again in the press conference today, Buck Showalter is meandering about, talking about players between the lines, talking about Chris Davis, saying we're really looking forward to watching him play different positions. You know, he can do a lot of things. He's not just a first baseman. And again indicated that they really want to take a look at Davis at 3rd base. That seems to be where they're headed in Davis's Orioles career. And that may mean Reynolds at first. 2-strike delivery on the way, and that's pumped down the line, and look out. Nice catch.
Very nice play.
Made that without any problems.
Trying to hold back the smile, but you can't.
Give that gal a contract.
It's been great defense on this homestand.
Honest, everywhere you look. Foul territory, Oriole personnel or otherwise. And to 3rd base off the glove of Rayburn. Gonna go to first. No play. Peralta, good try. That'll be a base hit. And that was stung by Tatum.
That's the thing about Tatum. It seems like he can sit, and they said he hadn't had many opportunities in the month of August, but he just seems to give you good at bats. Low short hop right off the wrist of Rayburn. Not much chance for Peralta, but takes a shot anyway.
So the Orioles get their 4th hit of the ball game. Batting ninth today is Robert Andino. Andino with an 0 for 4 in the series. 261 in the year. And that will go the other way foul. Only one away. So here again, one of these opportunities Buck Showalter's talked about where the Orioles have got to take advantage. They have a chance to put some runs up. Orioles have not been getting it done. They've got 2 on here and only 1 away. Davis and Tatum, the base runners. Andino, Rayburn up, cannot get it. Making the turn, Davis. He'll be sent home. There'll be no play. RBI single by Andino and a 3-0 lead for the O's.
Well, high chopper, and we've seen a number of these in this series too. Rayburn just can't make a leap at the ground ball. Watch this first hop. Very high, bounding off of, and then that one hop right over the head of Rayburn.
Nothing he could do about that, and easily scoring is Davis. Andino gets his 15th RBI of the year. First and second, still 1 away. Here is Nolan Reimold. He had a single, scored the first run ahead of Markakis, who had the home run in the first inning. Reimold 261 with runners in scoring position. Lead runner Tatum. Inside by Pfister. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Maybe trying to get another ground ball. We talked about it in the first inning. He had a double play turned behind him. He's had 18 double plays. I'm sure he's saying, well, I got the ground ball right there, but unfortunately it ended up in left field.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Slow roller. Only going to get one here. Rayburn can't get it out of the glove. And, ooh, close play. Reimold charging down the line, and Rayburn had to take a second try at getting the ball out, and Reimold almost beat that one out.
Now you know the speed of Reimold. He gets out of the batter's box well once he's underway, but to see that double clutch, trying to get that. Right here you see Reimold head down, underway, and gets it going pretty well.
So 2 down and 2 in scoring position, and here is Hardy. Orioles trying to add to a 3-0 lead against Pfister. Hardy flied out, robbed of a hit on a fine catch by Andy Dirks in left field. Another strong area for Hardy. What area isn't? 311 runners in scoring position this year.
Almost looks like he's moved off the plate and opened his stance. And that may be to combat that down and in sinker that Pfister's used so effectively. Game of constant adjustment. Sometimes it's pitch to a pitch, sometimes it's bat to a bat.
Pfister was jamming him, so he backs off a bit. And off the end of the bat to Peralta at short. We'll get it over there in time for the out. So the Orioles will get a run on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 in scoring position, extend the lead to 3-0. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats, no blackout dates. And by Nissan's Bottom Line Sales Event. Tremendous selections, great offers, bottom line savings. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer. A warm summer Sunday here in Baltimore. The Orioles have the 3-0 lead. And the pitch will be taken up high by Santiago. Ramon Santiago, backup infielder, 8 years with the Detroit Tigers. Has not had a hit in his last 8 at bats. He'll take that one away. .235 average on the season. Plays both short and second base. Hit .263 last year in 112 games with Detroit. One of your super utility players in this day and age.
To be a super utility, you have to be able to play shortstop. That's the big position.
Yeah. Strike taken on the inside corner. 3-ball, 1-strike count.
One thing we have seen out of Reyes today too is much quicker, much better pace this afternoon.
3-1 will be in the air to right field. Markakis with a long run, and Dino coming over as well. And they did not communicate, and that ball should have been caught.
And one of those that probably both out, but both players could make this catch. You can see the quick glance, Markakis to Andino, Andino back at Markakis, and that's all it takes for the ball to fall, I guess for the good thing, in foul territory.
And out to be recorded. That wasn't. So Santiago extends his at bat. 3-2 delivery to him, and oh my gosh, way back in left field, and a ball not caught results in a home run. Ramon Santiago getting just his second home run of the year, makes it 3-1.
And you can see after the pitch, Andino just drop his head, and Markakis stand frozen and right. So play that both players can make, come back on the next pitch from Reyes. Bell tie down the middle of the plate. Santiago not known certainly for his power. It's one into about the 4th row.
Number 2 for Santiago, and it's a 3-1 game. And the breaking ball into Jackson, top of the order. And a single his first time up. Santiago with 12 RBIs on the year. He's had 1 home run left-handed and 1 right-handed this season. 1-ball, 1-strike count. Jackson. And that will be the 17th home run on the year against Reyes, and the right-handers, as Mike noted earlier, have 15 of those home runs. 2-1 delivery, popped up. Center field, Jones in place. He's got it. For Jeremy Guthrie, a disappointing loss makes him 5-16 on the year. The loss coming last night. You got to listen very carefully now to Buck Showalter's response about if he loses 19, would you shut him down?
16th loss last night. If he gets to 19 losses, would you stop pitching him?
No. What else? To the point?
I think that was an answer.
We're right to the point.
And Jeremy could reach that mark. I mean, certainly hope not, but he's got some starts left. 0-1 delivery will be put in the air to right center this time. Again, Jones, he's got it. And there are 2 down. Treat your family to Camden Yards Park within the park, the Oriole Park Kids Corner. Kids Corner has interactive areas for the families, climb and play area, batting cage, pitching station, all kinds of areas where parents can hurt themselves. Please don't miss this kid favorite. Life-size bobbleheads available. There's even a moon bounce and floating T-ball area. It's the Oriole Park Kids Corner. You love it. Right back to the mound, Maglio Ordonez. So the catch that wasn't made resulted in the home run by Santiago. That puts the Tigers on the board, and it's a 3-1 ball game. Look ahead. To learn more, visit Verizon.com/GetFios. This date, 1915. You might have paid to see this. First matchup of Babe Ruth and Walter Johnson. Ruth got the victory in that one and went 2 for 3. Chris Hoyles in 98 became the 9th player in history as a catcher to hit 2 grand slams in a single game. And in 2009, Felix Piet hit for the cycle, collecting 3 of the team's 12 extra base hits, a team record in a 16-6 win over the Angels. And the pitch is taken inside, a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Markakis, the home run in the first inning, is 12th. Good for 2 RBIs. Markakis, Jones, and Vladdy due up for the Orioles. By the way, in that game in 1915, when Babe Ruth and Walter Johnson met up for the first time, the Babe was second in the league in hitting. He was hitting .370.
Think about doing it all. Two-way player.
Was in the 380s. That is fouled away. Nick giving the Orioles the early lead in the ball game.
Yeah. Third hitter of the game for a leadoff single. They seem to be turning more on the fastballs in this long homestand. Took Mark Burley deep on this homestand for career number 100.
Orioles have 140 home runs now on the year. And that home run extended his record of having at least 1 hit in 178 consecutive series. Got him on the inside corner. So Pfister will get credited with the strikeout. 1 away.
Yeah, long series 2-2 pitch. And again, massive pullback by Avila behind the plate, so a very expansive strike zone this afternoon. Already been on display on more than one occasion.
To bring up Adam Jones, he was hit by a pitch right in the ribs on that front side, his first time up.
The Orioles have hit 140 home runs, but they have now allowed 147 home runs.
Orioles hit only 133 all last year, up to 140 this year. Adam Jones will take the pitch outside. By the way, on that Markakis consecutive series streak of 178, the record is held by Juan Pierre, who hit in 241 consecutive series. So Nick's got a long way to go to reach the mark Pierre set.
Yeah, it just seems like, we hear about that, I guess, consecutive series note off and on. I mean, it is an incredible number, but I think it's been the last time he's gone into the last game of the series without a hit.
Yes. Yep. He and Hardy very consistent in being able to get on base this year. Jones with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Pfister off the end of the bat. Peralta running throw. One hopper, not going to get him. That's an infield hit. So Jones is on with a 1-out single.
Well, maybe to make up for a couple of bullets he's hit in this series. Well placed. Peralta was having a good year defensively too for the Tigers. One hop throw to Cabrera. Bang bang play. Out in front is headed towards that hole.
Adams now 6 for 19 off the Tigers this year.
Yeah, Peralta, he's had 440 chances in a little over 100 games at shortstop. Just 6 errors. He's having a good year defensively too.
He and Hardy right there together at that shortstop position with those numbers.
Yeah, he's played about 15 more games than JJ. There's about 30 more chances, and he has 1 more. JJ has 5 errors. Peralta has 6.
Vladimir Guerrero. Vladdy hit into a double play his first time up. Down to first. What a stop. Cabrera. There's 1. And they turn the double play. A 3-6-3. You can't do it much better than that. That's a major league double play by a great hitter who can also play first base. Orioles lead at 3-1. These private suites are available, a lot of locations and packages. It's a great way for a company to get folks out or for yourself and family. Visit Orioles.com/suites to arrange a private tour. You can call 410-547-6076. Young man's got his own suite right there, enjoying the ball game, looking for a ball, need a ball, somebody give me a ball.
I don't need an umbrella. Why'd you make me bring all those clothes to the game?
You made me wear that jacket. I got these rubber boots on. My feet are sweating. You don't have anything.
I have no socks on with him.
3-6-0 for the Orioles, 1-4-0 for the Tigers. Each team has left a couple on base. Jojo Reyes, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Fister the same. Cabrera, a 12-game hit streak that he extended with a single in the second inning. And a good pitch right there as Reyes had him fooled.
Number 50 thrown by Reyes. 30 strikes, 20 balls so far. And again, good pace. Noticeably quicker than last time out.
Cabrera, one of the best numbers on the road average-wise at .323. And he'll take the pitch up high.
And sometimes you can't help it. Sitting around being a left-hander and watching Mark Burley pitch for the White Sox here at Camden Yards. It can't help but maybe I should work a little quicker.
Into the screen, scattering his players who are hiding behind it. Scherzer surrenders.
I'm just sure he's cruising through a lot of pitches in last night's game. Just taking the afternoon off. I'm sure it's a day you didn't think you'd need sunglasses.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Cabrera fighting it off. It'll be Cabrera, Martinez, and Peralta. This Detroit offense that's ranked 5th in runs and 4th in average. The 2-2 delivery, and he just lofts it to short. Hardy is there. Good job by Reyes in that at bat. Our game flow is sponsored by Hankook Tires. Be one with it. Hankook Tires. Early lead, 2-run homer by Markakis. RBI by Andino. The Orioles got on top. Santiago with a home run for the Tigers, but a 3-1 O's lead. And pretty good pitching on both sides. Reyes will face Martinez. He singled against him. And it is in there for a strike. Reyes has had 2 starts here at Camden Yards. He is 1-1 in his new home ballpark with an ERA of 6.10 in those games. Right now, the Tigers are actually trying to slow Reyes down a little as Martinez stepped out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It'll be up high, a ball and 2 strikes.
If you're a young pitcher like Reyes, you want to learn your craft and watch the best at it. And again, watching Burley really dictate the pace of the game, and Reyes seems to be duplicating that. Really back on the rubber, he'll get the sign and deliver the pitch.
Two-ball, 2-strike count. The breaking ball will miss, and the count goes to 3-2. Well, Martinez hitting .295 off the lefties this year. Gets the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield shaded a bit towards right. 3-2 delivery, and he'll pop it up that way. Davis will not have enough room. Our special achievement award today goes to the Orioles ground crew. Thought of that as we looked at the tarp down there. That tarp right now weighs about 15 tons. They put it out on the field. They took it off. They put it out. They took it off. They tried to take it off. It started raining. They put it back on. They took it off. Then the rain came and they put it back on. They didn't listen to our cameraman who had the radar on and said, "We are clear for the day." So they took it off, and immediately it started raining. So they put it back on. Oh, what a job they did today. Inside corner, called strike. And again, a discussion with Jeff Nelson.
There's been a very liberal strike zone. Let's take a look at the 3-2 pitch. Cuts across to the inside corner. Pretty good frame job by Craig Tatum behind the plate. Not the intended area, but still turns out to be a positive. See him just hold it in, turn that wrist.
It's kind of the opposite of what usually happens to catchers. Generally, if the catcher moves the glove, you don't get the call because it's telling the umpire it wasn't there.
When you move it, right.
But today,
it's working.
It's working. They're moving the wrist a little bit, and Jeff Nelson. I'm not saying he's making the call because of that, but pitchers are getting the advantage.
Yeah, it is a pitcher's zone so far this afternoon.
2 ball, 1 strikeout. Johnny Peralta. Peralta's popped out. 2-1 pitch to him, right back into the screen.
I guess it's pitcher zone, but there's already 4 runs and 10 hits on the board collectively between the two teams.
Reyes trying to get through this, facing only 3. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that'll be inside. Retiring the last 5 batters that he has faced in the game. 3-2 pitch, and he'll walk it. First walk surrendered in the ball game by Reyes. Today's Baltimore Grand Prix Masson 3-day pass winner is Bill Sohan. Bill, you got 3-day passes, 4 of them, to the Baltimore Grand Prix, the streets of Baltimore at 180 miles per hour. No, that's not Flanagan going home at night. The Baltimore Grand Prix, September 2nd through 4th.
It'd be a lot harder for those guys that have to deal with the lights like I have to.
You wouldn't get around so fast.
You wouldn't be able to go 180. It really slows you down.
Got those construction structures.
Yeah, those concrete barriers and fences. I thought they were just putting them up for me. So that's nice of them to think about my safety.
Or those around you. Rayburn, a strikeout victim, his first time up, 1-0 count. Ryan Rayburn at 227 on the year. Rayburn appearing in his 94th game, played a lot. 307 at bats, moving around in the infield. 1-0 delivery. That Detroit dugout's a danger area. Put an X over there. Maybe some concrete barriers.
Yeah, that's Tony's validation for having that screen up this afternoon.
That was Scherzer again.
Yeah, they're taking it out in their own club, too. Cabrera first hits a bullet in there, and it's, well, I'll see if they're paying attention.
Jimmy Leland might want to send Scherzer back into the clubhouse. He had the ball go off the cage in front of him, and then the bat went over right beside him into the dugout. Leland unaffected by any of it.
What bat?
What bat? Get out of the way, you guys.
I'm worried about the count.
Here's the 1-1, maybe. You sit down, your head's below that nice cage front instead of standing up top. And right off the end of the bat to second base. Andino's got it. He'll make the play and get the out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. It is a summer Sunday at the ballpark, and for that young man, clearly absolutely ecstatic with the 3rd outs recorded. This is brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. We were just looking at no rain here in the Inner Harbor area, but they're already rained out in New York at Yankee Stadium. Their game with Tampa Bay, and Philadelphia's rained out their game against Washington and Philly. So apparently right now Camden Yards in the Baltimore area sitting in the middle where there's still some blue sky, proving there is a God who likes broadcasters and doesn't want them to have to do doubleheaders. A strike on the inside corner to Mark Reynolds. This is the last trip in, of course, for the Tigers, and the Orioles will be going back for a 4-game set in Detroit. If this game had not gotten in or isn't played, have to play a doubleheader in Detroit. Right behind the mound, coming over is Rayburn. He puts it away. Reynolds is retired, one away. And on our silver screen, numbers of note today for Dan Uglet, still going. He's got that hit streak at 33 games, and he has had 15 home runs in it. That's the exact number Joe DiMaggio had in that streak of 56. Tim Lincecum, 10 strikeouts, no runs against the Marlins yesterday, the third time this year he's had a 10K game or more and not allowed any runs. And Josh Beckett got hammered, 5 runs first inning against Seattle. Only the 4th time in his career he's given up that many runs in the first inning.
I think an eventual 5-4 loss.
Yep. Red Sox battle
jumped on him quick.
Yep.
I think Ichiro took him deep.
Seattle's a strange team. They sit around doing not much offensively for long periods of time, and then will jump up for a week and knock the socks off it. Chris Davis, a 1-strike count. And again, Avila's been hit by the last 2 foul balls. And remember, he's their only catcher.
I'm going to say, he's probably saying to himself, boy, I could really use a day off. Especially with that late breaking sinker. You see the bottom just fall out of it right off the forearm.
Ooh. Jimmy Leland and the trainer coming out. Jimmy leaning over going, you're okay. Don't worry, you're okay.
Right, we don't have a catcher,
okay,
remember?
We don't have another catcher. You look fine.
I know it's only slightly broken, but you'll be fine.
Good for 2 more days, and we'll give you a rest.
Couple hours, you'll be on the plane.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to Davis. Chris, a single and a run scored. RBI and Dino in the second inning. 2 RBIs, Markakis on the homer. Santiago's had the home run for Detroit. 3-1 ball game. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. Welke at third base said he did not go around. And the count goes to 2-2.
Take a look at that. Seems to hold the bat head back.
Pfister with a 2-2. Pfister with a 4-12 record this year. He was 6-14 last year. His lifetime record is 13-30. But he does have a 2-0 record against the Orioles. He's held the Orioles to 3 runs or less in the previous starts against him, and he gets the strikeout. That strike zone is not going to get any smaller. Your favorite birds are back with their favorite dogs and cats. It's the 2012 Pet Calendar presented by Southwest Airlines to benefit the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. You can get your 2012 Pet Calendar by calling 888-848-BIRD or going to Orioles.com. It's a 15-month calendar, so you can get it, put it up right now. I hope the 15 months are this way, not the other way.
Right, going the other way.
I don't know that. Put it up anyway. It's got pictures of cats and dogs on it. You'll like it.
No matter what year it is.
That's right. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Tatum. Hard hit single in the infield off Rayburn. His first time up. Tatum hitting at 271. And he's going to add to that. That's going to go down the line. Send Ordonez into the corner. And into second base with a stand-up double is Tatum, and a 2-for-2 game.
Infield base hit now. Bullet down the right field line. Second double of the year for Craig Tatum. Hit it like he threw it. Up and out over the plate. Goes right with it. double written all over it once it headed down in that corner. Miller's now with 7 hits. He's got 2 of them. 4 of the 7 by the bottom of the order.
So the Orioles with a chance to add an RBI, and Andino gets another opportunity. Andino came through in the 2nd inning with the single that brought Davis home. Now he's got Tatum out there. 264 on the year, and the 15 RBIs up on the board. Tatum getting a very big lead, secondary lead. They're not sending anybody over, Santiago or Peralta, to try and hold him. So with 2 down, Tatum's going to get a good jump.
And he was just checking with Willie Randolph, and he was saying you can get a bigger lead than that. They're playing way off of second base.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Orioles have gone 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position in this series. As those numbers have continued to be off the mark, the Orioles for about 2.5 months were hitting 300 as a team with runners in scoring position. That has dropped down to 250. That is in the air, right field, coming Ordonez, and he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 4 complete in the finale of the homestand in this series, and the Orioles have a 3-1 lead. By Verizon, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. With Mike Flanagan, I'm Gary Thorne. The Orioles try to leave Camden Yards with a W. They'll be heading out to Oakland for a 3-game set that will start tomorrow night. Tommy Hunter and Gio Gonzalez scheduled to make the starts. 9:30 for O's Extra, 10 o'clock for the ball game. 3 games in Oakland, a day off, and then to face the Angels. Angels continue their run for a division title in the West. Texas has a 3-game lead at the moment on this Sunday. Detroit's got a 3-game lead, and Boston's got a 1-game lead. Avila, Santiago, and Jackson. Avila called out on strikes his first time up. Again, the wild card in the American League. Looks like it'll either be New York or Boston. The Angels are 8 games out in that department. And in the National League, the wild card, Atlanta's got a 5-game lead over the Giants, 6 over the Cardinals. And the pitch is taken down low, and a 3-0 count from Reyes, who has walked only 1. And 4 in a row out of the strike zone. So a leadoff walk here in the 5th inning. Take a look at our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. Did you know? O's pitcher Ray Moore went 15 innings versus Detroit in 57, but was not involved in the decision in a 2-1 loss. And in addition to that, he gave up just 1 run on 8 hits and 9 walks. Mike Fernandez took the loss in the 16th inning. That's a lot of pitches.
9 walks. Somebody was being punished and stay in the game.
Yes, you keep bugging those people, you're going to stay right out there.
Then we'll bring in Fornellis to get the yell. So you won't even get a complete game for pitching 15 innings.
Ramon Santiago, a home run. Dances that one right under his feet. Second home run of the season picked up, leading off the 3rd inning. Runner on at first base, nobody out. Tigers trailing by 2. Orioles have out-hit Detroit 7-4. Avila held at first by Davis. Not a big lead over there. Down to 3rd and foul. Having fooled on that one. And a 1-ball 2-strike count. Detroit Tigers finish up on their road trip just as the Orioles finish up here on this homestand. Tigers with the big series coming up against the Cleveland Indians, team that is chasing them. 1-2 pitch, way up high and away. Tigers will go home for 6. Minnesota and Cleveland, the teams they will face. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner at first. Down to 3rd base. Chance for 2. Reynolds. Andino. Davis. Double play. And we've given away another $1,000. Congratulations, John Costello of Catonsville. You have won another $1,000 from the Maryland Lottery in our double play contest.
Yep, around the horn. 5, 4, 3 double play. Reynolds having another good day at 3rd base.
Reyes getting some real help. Double play after a leadoff single in the 1st inning. Double play after a leadoff walk in the 5th. Jackson had that leadoff single in the 1st. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. 0-1 delivery is fouled off. Here's the 0-2 delivery to him, and it'll be up high. Center fielder Austin Jackson. 6 hits in 24 at-bats against the Orioles this year. 1-2 delivery to him, and that's going to be to center. Jones is right there on an atom ball. He's got it. Only 3 batters faced. And the Orioles continue on top. Reyes continues to get the big outs with a little help from his D. 3-1. Lead, and so far they have been able to protect it with Reyes and his defense getting some big outs. Back here at Camden Yards, noticeable difference that Mike's been talking about, and noticeably more effective is Reyes in this game.
Yeah, much quicker pace, between pitches, wasting no time getting the ball, getting right after it. And yes, you go back to maybe the 2nd inning when you got out of that jam, first two men reach, get the next 3 out in fast order. Really seemed to change the game around.
Orioles have learned the hard way, though. these leads can disappear in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you need to stay after it. You need to add some more runs onto this, create a little separation.
So Buck Shorla was talking about today, these are sometimes called tack-on runs that aren't there at all. They're just more runs in a ball game, and don't think you can sit on a lead.
Yeah, you don't want to sit in the lead. You don't want to count on your pitcher. We saw how quickly it turned around last night. 2 outs, nobody on. They get a 6-run inning, so you do want to add some more on and on quickly.
So we'll see if the Orioles can do that against Doug Fister. The Orioles will have Nolan Reimold at the top of the order and a 1-0 count. Reimold a single, a run scored. He is 1 for 2 in the game, and he's got a base hit into the left field corner. Dirks going after it, and down to second base goes Reimold. So Reimold on again, a 2 for 3 ball game, and the Orioles get another leadoff man on.
Well, that certainly is a good habit to get into, being that leadoff man. Reimold easily in the scoring position. Just out of the reach of Rayburn at third base. This is one of those tack-on situations.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and that is hit number 8 for the Orioles. J.J. Hardy has had an 0 for 2. 2 hits in the series against Detroit. 2 for 10 so far. Detroit's been able to hold J.J. Hardy down on the year. He's had 3 hits against the Tigers in 16 at-bats. 2 of them have been home runs. 1-0 delivery, and that will be taken outside. And a 2-0 count. Nick Markakis waiting on deck. Delivery goes after it. There's 1, and that'll be it. Fister hauling in the line drive for the first out of the inning. Take a look. Dog days not for the Orioles shortstop.
Well, the 351 average, slugging percentage way up there. 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, and scoring 8 runs along the way, leading the club in home runs, RBIs, slugging, second in average in runs. He really has been doing it all offensively and frankly defensively at the same time.
Nick Markakis. Nick will go to left field. He's got a base hit. Could be an RBI. Reimold coming. Dirks up. Here's the throw to the plate. Avila there. Not in time. A 3 RBI day for Nick Markakis and a 4-1 O's lead.
And Markakis having a big afternoon. This time up and out over the plate. He goes with the pitch. Clean single to the left. Last couple of series, they really have taken advantage of some left-handers who don't have great throwing arms in the outfield. No hesitation on the part of Reimold or really Randolph to send him. Not even that close.
54 RBIs on the year for Markakis. And a 4-1 lead, hit number 9 for the Orioles. Jones has one of those hits. He has singled and been hit by a pitch. Adams going to get another one in the gap in left center field. Markakis with a good break. He'll make a turn. He's going to go. Jackson's throw to third base, not in time, and down to second goes Adam Jones.
Well, we've seen it happen to the Orioles a couple of times in this series. Trying to get that lead runner, allowing the trail runner to get into scoring position. Jones up and out of the plate. Jackson can see Markakis right in front of him. And the good hustle by Markakis makes it easily. And Adam Jones will scoot into second base, and he'll put himself in scoring position right there, making the decision to go.
So the Oriole bats are going. That's 10 hits in the ball game. And Jeff Jones, the pitching coach, is on his way out, and the bullpen is up. This is only the second time this year Doug Fister has reached double digits in hits surrendered. He gave up 14 against the White Sox back on May 7th. And now has hit the double-digit mark here in his third start with the Tigers. Fister against Texas gave up 3 runs, 8 hits over 7. Then against Cleveland, rain delay game, he got only 2 innings in. David Pauley, Dwayne Below in the bullpen. So 2 in scoring position for Vladdy. He is hit into 2 double plays. Markakis the lead runner. Jones at second. Oh, he got that one into the corner. That'll bring home two easily. Markakis will cross. Jones will cross. 2 RBI single. And the Orioles have a 6-1 lead.
Well, jumping all over Fister this inning, wasting no time. Fastball in the middle of the plate. Rocket down the left field line. Markakis just waits an instant, and Jones right on his heels, about 30 feet apart.
41 RBIs for Vladimir Guerrero on the season. 6 runs, 11 hits for the Orioles. And Reynolds, a called strike to him. Reynolds has struck out and popped out. Orioles getting the 2 runs in the first inning, a run in the second. Now they have added 3 more in the 5th. And Reynolds goes around on it, and a strike 2 count. So Fister unable to do against the Orioles what he had done in his previous starts, where he gave up 3 or fewer runs in 3 starts against the O's. Far from that in this ball game.
Well, he may have had his best start of his career against the Orioles back the end of May. 7 1/3, struck out 9, which is a season high and career high.
Fought off. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. 5th inning. The Orioles looking to avoid the sweep by the Tigers. Fister trying to get his 5th win. Struggling in this one. And that'll be to short. Vladdy will get back into first base. 2 down. For Chris Davis, a single, and he has struck out. He has scored a run. Only Reynolds and Hardy have not had a hit in the ball game for the Orioles. That is in for a strike. Victory today would even up the season series 3 apiece against the Tigers. The 0-1 pitch is up high, and it goes to 1-1. Willie Ayer for the Orioles.
Did a nice job in his first appearance.
Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be taken away. Two and 1. Up to 81 pitches thrown for Fister. Will be fouled away.
It just seems like he's had to work really hard this afternoon. Well, I guess he has given up 6 runs and 11 hits so far.
Orioles have fought off a lot of pitches in the game. Some really good at bats. Think Vladdy's going to run?
I see the big smile. That's an indication swinging the bat better, and that smile comes back.
2-2 delivery on the way. Saw Mike Bordick out there in the bullpen. This is going to be his last day as the bullpen coach, entering the Orioles Hall of Fame, of course, yesterday. Bobby Dickerson, the minor league infield coordinator, is going to be traveling with the team to the West Coast, and Bobby will be taking over for Mike. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and swung on and missed. Fister gets the strikeout, his 4th, but the Orioles have a 3-run, 4-hit inning and extend their lead to 6-1.
of the majority of the Tiger hitters this afternoon. It's boded well. Good breaking ball, straight changeup. And the most noticeable thing has been the pace, much quicker pace this afternoon. Positive results. And he's used his defense behind him as well.
And he's got the 5-run lead as we go to the 6th inning. Andy Dirks 0 for 2 in the ball game. He is hit into a fielder's choice and flied out. 0-1 delivery. Keep in mind that Reyes, when he was pitching earlier this season, had a big break from a start on July 14. Gets that one in the 22nd, then didn't have another start till his last outing on the 9th of August. Reyes trying to get back into starting condition. Tune into the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report Monday through Friday, 5:30. Latest news from around baseball with Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, and Phil Wood. Roundtable discussion, look-ins at Camden Yards. You can check it out tomorrow, 5:30 to 7, right here on Massive. One away. Here's Ordonez. He has grounded out a couple of times, once into a double play. And we put in the air to right center field. Markakis and Jones. 2 down. This is where Reyes really wants to bear down, because you get the feeling the Tigers have 1 foot on the bus.
And you also can remember back just to last night, how quickly things can turn. So you just want to continue to do what you're doing, keep that pace up, throwing strikes.
Cabrera singly is 1 for 2, hitting .320. And a strike on the foul ball. Reyes, 2 walks in the game and 3 strikeouts. He's put the ball in play, and the Orioles have fielded it behind him. 5-9 on the year, 10-24 lifetime. And another pitcher looking to make a mark here for the Orioles for the future. Fouled away. The offseason decisions for the Orioles regarding pitching is going to be most interesting. I mean, you have the young kids that you just kind of have to go with, because they are your future and your foundation. Despite the fact it hasn't worked this year, Arrieta getting that elbow taken care of. What do you do with Brad Bergeson? Is he a starter or reliever? Simone. Will he be with the ball club? Starter or reliever? Jeremy Guthrie, who has struggled with 5 and 16, but has gone out there and taken care of the innings. And he got it. So his 4th strikeout of the ball game in a 1-2-3 inning. That is the second 1-2-3 that he's had in the game, and he protects the Orioles' 6-1 lead. Announcing this week that they are joining the Kids Peace movement to help foster children in the state of Maryland. It is a project that is nationwide. He said it's something that's close to both our hearts. When you have children and you raise them, you see the challenges they go through and see how lucky you were. Just humbling to think we can help others that aren't as fortunate at some point. Down to third and the ground ball. Drop. Tatum is in. So Tatum's on for the third time. He's had a single and a double. That's going to be an error charged on Rayburn.
And that playing very deep at third base off the heel of the glove. And you can see right here, in and out of that pocket. And by then it's too long a throw.
So the Orioles get the leadoff man on, and that will bring up Andino. Single and an RBI, and he has flied out. The Kids Peace program is something that Angela, his wife, is particularly interested in. Her family, when she was growing up, took in foster children at times for short periods, and she's been associated with foster care for some time. Buck and she did a public service announcement here at the ballpark this past week, and they're going to be involved in hosting a marathon. We'll be talking about a 5K rather that they will be hosting later on. You'll be hearing news about that, and if you're interested, you can go to Kids Peace, one word, P-E-A-C-E. Throw down. KidsPeace.com will give you the information. Well, there's an unexpected. Tatum gets a stolen base.
Yeah, against a pitcher that's almost impossible to run on. And off he goes. And in easily.
1,000% stealing bases for Tatum.
We were talking about there's been, and for the Tigers, only one attempt against the Orioles, and it's their catcher. Max Avila with the only stolen base attempt, and he was successful.
For Tatum, that'll be his second major league stolen base.
See Matt Wieters enjoying sticking up for the catchers.
And Tatum, not only this year is 1,000%, he's 1,000% in his career. Never been caught stealing.
And don't you think that's how he presents it to the rest of the club?
Absolutely. No need to go into detail. Just know.
You think Ricky Henderson can run?
I'm 1,000%.
That's what he's saying. I can't. When he gets back in the dugout, I'm going to have to hear about this.
Andino with another RBI chance. The Orioles 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Andino will fight that one off. Everybody's fielding here in this homestand. Another a loud roar for a fan. The hauls one in. And here's the 1-2 delivery. And that's a grounder. Runner moving up on it for Hopper. Peralta gets the out, but Andy does get the run. Tatum to third with one away.
Yeah, trying to do another one of those tack-on runs.
Bottom half of the sixth inning. When we say everybody, we mean everybody. Look at the vendor.
Yep.
Right inside the basket. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I'll have one ball.
Just fell out of heaven.
Great catch. Tigers move the infield in. Reimold has doubled, singled, 2 for 3, and has scored 2 runs. Tatum the runner. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And it'll be up high. Down goes to 2-0. Would expect Tatum would not be running on contact here.
I don't know. After the stolen base, anything,
may be right.
He may be trying to steal home. The infield in. Really, Reimold goes from a 228 hitter to a 328 hitter.
And gets ahead on the count, 3-0. End of the line coming for Pfister. As the Tigers starter may have that tank running down a bit here. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Reimold takes it, and he's on 4 straight. First walk surrendered by Pfister. First and third, one away. Trying to set up the double play with Hardy coming up.
Now Jimmy Leyland may be trying to get one more ground ball out of Pfister. coming in today had turned 19 or 17 double plays behind him. They've turned a couple this afternoon.
Hardy's had an 0 for 3. Pops that one up. Pfister's charging from the mound, trying to get over there. It'll go behind the dugout.
Get it out any way you can.
He wants that out. It'll be a strike on Hardy. Hardy on the homestand has picked up 10 hits in 29 at bats, 2 home runs, 4 home runs rather, and 10 RBI.
The 10 RBI is real impressive.
You're in a homestand of 10 games, this being the 10th. Here's the 0-1 look to third, no throw to first.
Doing everything in his power really to keep Reimold at first base to have a chance for that double play.
Jammed him and that hurt.
Let's take a look at this last. Oof. This seems like we've seen more than a number of these on this homestand.
Right off that bone. Runner off first, 1 down, 2-strike delivery. Hardy, and he's gone. So Pfister will get the strikeout. And that's 5 in the ball game. The Orioles' upcoming schedule presented by Xfinity on the way to Oakland for a 3-game set, a day off, and then a weekend series against the Angels. Catch all the action with Xfinity only from Comcast. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Get Xfinity today, 1-800-XFINITY. Big day for Nick Markakis. Home run, 3 RBIs, 2 for 3 in the ball game, 2 runs scored. Runner at first and 2 down for Markakis. First and third, and another RBI chance. Nick has had a 5 RBI game. That's his high in the year. One of those. Here's the 0-1. Speed delivery in for a strike.
Quickly jumping up to 100. Pretty good ball to strike ratio. 70% strikes.
That's going to be in. Another base hit. Tatum will score. Reimold goes to third, and Markakis has a 3-hit, 4 RBI game.
Big afternoon. He got him on the scoreboard right up the bat in the first inning with a 2-run homer, and just keep adding on. Now up to 7-1. Just fights this inside outs, this pitch off of Pfister. And it'll probably be his last one thrown.
So Pfister is out of there, as it was a struggle right from the beginning when the Orioles got that 2-0 lead in the first. And Pauly will come in from the bullpen as the Orioles extend their lead 7-1. They'll be facing Adam Jones. And Jones, too, will have runners on at first and third. The Orioles looking for the win here to wrap up this homestand. All-wheel drive lineup, Suzuki, the power of engineering. Nick Markakis with the big day. 4 RBIs, with the secret weapon was brought out today. Tatum, stolen base, run scored. He got toweled down after he got back into the dugout.
How'd you do it? Did all the right things.
David Pauly on the pitch. Jones up, first and third, 2 outs.
Still have the smile on their faces. You see that stolen base? I don't know what he's up to.
Secrets of base stealing. Adam Jones. And he's got another base hit and an RBI. Reimold will score. Ordonez up with it. Markakis will go over to third base, and it's an 8-1 ball game. And a 3-hit day for Jones.
Yeah, maybe Buck Showalter should add some more of those tack-on runs earlier. That's exactly what they've done this afternoon. Now, as you say, 8-1. Markakis with 3 hits. Jones now with 3 hits. Reached base all 4 times. 13 hits, out hitting him 13-4.
Vladimir Guerrero, he's been part of it. First and third again, 2 down. David Pauly coming on has been touched up quickly.
Yeah, he's second among American League relievers with 58 2/3 coming over from the Mariners. Even today's starter. Working in tandem.
Doug Fister's walked 1 and struck out 5. Fister 5 2/3 innings. Charged with 12 hits so far, all 8 of the runs. He's also responsible for Markakis at third base. And the 0-2 delivery. And Vladdy reaching will top it foul. The most runs the Orioles have had since that game at Kansas City, where they got 8 on August 2nd. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Came back in on Vladdy, pops it up towards the seats.
The way today started, never thought sun would be a factor.
Pretty amazing. Rain all around north and south, but not here. It's been a very nice day. Lots of sunshine. Guerrero with a 2-strike count. 2 RBIs last time up on his base hit. And a chopper towards short. Peralta's got it. He'll go to second. Santiago for the force out. But the Orioles have another 2-run inning here in the 6th and extend their lead as it goes 8-1. Markakis adding to his totals.
third batter of the game, Nick Markakis, getting the Orioles on the board. And then after the miscommunication in the outfield, the Tigers will get their only run on the Ramon Santiago home run. And then Vladimir Guerrero, who grounded in double plays his first 2 times up, joins the hit parade, drives in a couple of runs, joins the party. For Markakis, 2-run homer in the first. Jojo Reyes, nice job, sort of overlooked with all the offense this afternoon. 6 innings, 4 hits, and an earned run. And Guerrero 2 straight games with a couple of RBIs. And they, I guess, on Earl Weaver's 81st birthday, he would have liked this. You know, he liked to say, score often and early, and that's what they've done this afternoon. And with that, Willie Ayer will come out of the bullpen, worked an inning and 2/3 in this series already, and was actually very impressive his first time out. Inning and 2/3. Came over, was a member of the Texas Rangers, first time in the big league appearance since '09. Spent a few days in AAA Norfolk and then to the big leagues, and was impressive.
So Willie Ayer will work. The 33-year-old right-hander in relief of Jojo Reyes has got a chance for his 6th win of the year. Reyes gave up just the run on 4 hits over 6 with a couple of walks and 4 strikeouts. First ball hitting, the pop-up infield, third base side. Hardy or Reynolds, or both? Or neither. Oh, my gosh. Martinez is on. Error charge to Reynolds.
Well, we see it's a tough error. This one, as I say, just call it symbols. The 2 gloves colliding, both underneath it. And right there moves the glove in. Pretty amazing camera work. From one glove into the other glove. Watch this, right in and out.
Our Jeep Expo brought to you by the 2011 Jeep Compass. In the air to center, Jones coming, and he'll get it on the run. Johnny Peralta retired. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. No matter what the score, that's the kind of play that'll send the manager walking.
Yeah. Certain plays are a lot easier than others and just involve, I guess, better communication. I'm sure that's what Buck will focus on today. Communication there and the communication between Andino and Markakis earlier in the game.
Here's Ryan Rayburn. The home run by Santiago came on the pitch after Andino and Markakis had a ball dropped between them in right field in foul territory that both of them thought the other was going to get. Here's the delivery to him, and that'll go down the line and right. Markakis over, long run's going to take a hop off the wall. Martinez will head for third, and the Tigers have runners at first and third with 1 away. Rayburn now with a 4-game hit streak.
Let's take this. Look at this pitch. Pretty good pitch. Rayburn goes right with it, just out of the reach of Markakis. Plays it perfectly off the wall. Will hold him to a single. It sort of gets lost in how good a right fielder he is.
Avila will stand in. The catcher's had a walk. He has struck out. Has not yet extended his 10-game hit streak. That is hit number 5 for the Tigers. 8-13-1 for the Orioles. 1-5-1 for the Tigers. 2 of the Oriole runs are unearned. 2 runs in that last inning, both unearned runs. The inning started with Tatum reaching on an error, and there would have been 3 outs before any RBI base hit in that inning had the error not occurred. The air with a 0-1 count. Runners off first and third, and Avila will take the pitch high and inside. 1-1. The air will challenge hitters. Not afraid to come in. He had 42 games with the Tides and The Sacramento River Cats of the Oakland organization, 5-5 in the minors at AAA with a 3.31 ERA this year.
Certainly Buck Showalter was impressed in number one, his mound presence, finally being back in the big leagues. He's been there for really a couple of years. So you can tell he's been there before.
It is a called strike on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Avila. Santiago waiting on deck. Tigers trying to chip their way back into the game, or maybe pound their way back here. If Avila could get the long ball. 2 on and 1 out on the 2 ball 2 strike count. And back in Rayburn. There will try and get that ground ball to finish off the inning. And the 2-2 delivery. And a good one. 2 down. Haven't been a lot of bright spots in this homestand. Orioles bullpen, however,
yeah, really really hasn't been the starters until I guess this afternoon. Innings pitched on this 9-game homestand, 34, a lot of work. ERA 1.30, home runs allowed 0. Opponents average under 200 and walks the strikeout. So just has been terrific homestand for that. I guess the starters today and Reyes picking it back up to defend the starters, but that bullpen has done one terrific job. It's kind of under the radar when you're behind in a lot of these games.
Now Santiago delivered the home run, his second in the 3rd inning. Has also hit into a double play. Santiago had an 0 for 8 prior to putting one out of the yard here, and the home run surrendered by Reyes.
That's a big out for air with Avila, quietly. Get up a couple of base hits, and it's 8-4, 8-3. Start looking differently at that scoreboard. Right now they have that breathing room.
One ball, 1 strike. 2 away. That's down the line, and that is a foul ball in the game of inches. Shows you again why everything changes if that's a fair ball. Leland has been impressing on this team. Do not give up at bats. You've got to focus. You've got to drive. Dog days of August. But he's told them both as a team and in singular meetings, you have to get something out of every at bat. You may not succeed in all of them, but you've got to go up there not giving any of them up. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and off the end of the bat, foul.
It's like the Tigers and the Angels. It's kind of hard to figure them out because they put a lot of stock on that run differential. And the Tigers coming in today were a -11 in their run differential. And to be where they are in the standing, much like the Angels, it's hard to figure out how come they can just be 3 runs behind, or 3 games behind Texas, whose run differential I think is like a +150. But it seems like with the Tigers anyway, they've won a lot of 1-run games, play a lot of close games, have the most saves of anybody, and then when they get beat kind of like today's game.
19 and 13 in 1-run ball games for the Tigers, including, of course, 8 in a row that they've won in 1-run affairs. 8 in a row. And did he get it? I don't think so. No, he'll be tagged out right here, and that will do it in the inning. A couple of strikeouts for air and a couple left on base. 7th inning stretch time here at Camden Yards. It is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight. Drink responsibly. And it'll be Tommy Hunter taking the mound against Gio Gonzalez. Our coverage on MASN HD will begin at 9:30 with O's Extra, presented by Verizon Wireless, followed by the game coverage at 10. All the access you need right here on MASN. And we welcome you back here at Camden Yards, where the Orioles are looking to put away a W before they head out on the road. Barry Thorne, Mike Flanagan. For Reyes, the performance today impressive, certainly enough that he's going to get another look.
Yeah, you can see the difference, right in the first inning. Again, we talked a lot about it today, about his pace. Quicker, it seems to throw a lot more strikes when you have this kind of a pace. So, for sure, he'll get another look. He'll get his breaking ball over today and use this changeup very effectively.
And as Buck Showalter says, if we have a pitcher who's working that way, that gets our guys off the field, back into the dugout, and that helps the offense. Yeah,
the time of possession has been much better this afternoon with the 8 runs on the board and only 1 being allowed by the Orioles. So, yeah, that's real important.
And the shakedown here, as you look at pitching for the rest of the way for the Orioles, I mean, a lot of question marks about how do you review what you've got to get ready for next year.
That's what's going to be the chore, I guess, going into certainly the month of September. There's going to be some meaningful games, I think, played by this club where they can be spoilers down the stretch, maybe in the American League Central for sure. But you want to find out what your guys, when they're playing against a team that's playing for something.
You think Jim Johnson still's going to get a chance to start some games?
It seems like it's kind of been pushed to the back burner a little bit. I know Jim's desire is still to do it, but I think it's just been such chaos among the starting pitchers, not knowing day to day who's going to be in, has kind of pushed that back a little bit, and the need again for the bullpen seems like every day has been more the immediate need.
Buck Showalter wanted to make sure that Jim Johnson at the end of the year knew when the season was over what was going to be expected of him for the coming year, starter or reliever. But that again is going to depend on what happens the rest of the way with the Orioles starters who are available. Here is Reynolds, and a strike to him as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Mark has had an 0 for 3, only 1 hit in his last 25 at bats. The average down to 210. Still with 26 home runs, leading the Orioles in that department. And the pitch is inside, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
No, it's actually much easier, again, about Jimmy Johnson, to go from starting to relieving than it is to go from the bullpen where you're loose in 5 or 10 pitches. You've trained your way to do that and probably max out at about 30 pitches to talk about starting when you're talking more of a marathon type as opposed to a sprint.
David Pauley is the reliever. Came on in the last inning, gave up a hit, and then got the final out. Pfister gave up 8 runs, 6 earned on 12 hits in 5 2/3 innings with a walk and 5 strikeouts. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Reynolds, will be followed by Davis and Tatum. Orioles have won only 10 series this year, losing 27 and tying 2. Not good. And the result, the 45-72 loss record. 1-ball, 2-strike delivery, and that'll be outside. A 2-ball, 2-strike count to Reynolds. David Pauley out of the stretch with a 2-2. And Reynolds is in a funk. Strikeout to start the bottom of the 7th inning. Take a look at the next opponent for the Orioles, the A's. The Orioles can win the season series for the first time since '98, going into that with the series tied at 3-3. The road team has not won a game this season in the 6 that have been played. And Matsui has gotten red hot since the teams played last. Hideki Matsui has been the phoenix from the ashes.
This looks like he was going for his 500th career homer. Since he seemed to get that one in the books, he's really been red hot.
1 strike count. Davis, a single, a run scored, and 2 strikeouts. Pauley's working for the 4th time this year against the Orioles. The Orioles have picked up no runs on 5 hits in 5 2/3 innings against Pauley, including the work today. And the pitch is outside. 2-ball, 1-strike count on Davis. Certainly looks as though for the Tigers to be able to win, and they are 3 games up, it's going to have to be Verlander and a lot of offense. Foul back.
And a lot of rain, maybe. Huh?
Yeah, their starters are struggling and have given up a lot of runs. The offense has covered a lot of that up because they were able to put runs on the board.
Yeah, the bullpen has been pretty rock solid for most of the year for the Tigers. So far, I guess they won all the games they're supposed to, leading the league in saves. That's the thing. We've just seen the White Sox come through, and we've seen Cleveland. It's hard to get a gauge who the best club is in the Central.
Well, you look at the Indians. I mean, Cleveland, they are 11th in average and 8th in runs. They have been able to do it in the extra base hit department primarily. Their pitching's not exceptional either. Another strikeout as Davis goes down, and there are 2 away. Orioles are fortunate to be surrounded by dedicated military personnel in the region, and to honor these brave men and women, the Orioles have a variety of military programs designed to bring our pastime to our nation's heroes. You can find out about these exclusive discounts and offers by going to Orioles.com/military or call 888-848-BIRD.
Yeah, the Central again is hard to figure out going back and looking at that. Just look at the run differentials. We go with the Tigers coming into today. They were -11 runs scored, runs allowed. You look at the White Sox, they were a -16 going in today, and the Indians were +2. I mean, those are usually numbers are for clubs that are 500 or a little bit below.
I mean, Detroit by far has the better of the offenses if you're comparing Chicago and Cleveland. Pitching wise, though, I mean, Chicago's 7th in ERA, Cleveland is 8th, and Detroit's 11th. Grounded to third base, short hop. Nice pickup by Raven. He'll get it over to first, and Tatum is retired. 1-2-3 inning for David Pollard. We go to the 8th inning. Orioles lead it 8-1. In the 6th inning, Markakis putting on a show today offensively for the Orioles.
Yeah, terrific afternoon. Used the whole field. Started off pulling a home run into the seats, and then a couple of bullets into left center field. Had a real good afternoon.
And your chance to text in your vote for the AT&T player of the game. Nick Markakis won. JoJo Reyes giving up just a run on 4 hits over 6 for the Orioles. And Craig Tatum, who's had a double, single, run scored, stolen base.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to. Yeah.
Remember that. Text in your vote, A, B, or C. 51862 results in the O's Extra post-game show. Well, the air will work to the top of the order. Jackson a single, 1 for 3. Austin Jackson at 242 on the year. The 1-0 delivery will be up high. The Orioles 8 runs on 13 hits, while the Tigers have been held to just 5 hits and a run. Santiago homer. That is going to be in for a strike, 2-1. Tough news on former Oriole Derek Lee, who went to the Pirates hoping to be in a pennant race. The Pirates have just floundered. Not because he arrived there. In fact, he helped them with a couple of home runs right away, but they went into their big losing streak, and now they've discovered that left hand that was bothering him when they left actually has a fractured bone in his left wrist. So he's gone on the DL.
Yeah, Pittsburgh finds himself going into today at 12 games out. 6 games under 500.
2-2 off the fist, base hit. So Jackson with a couple of hits. He muscled that one out into left center field. Leadoff single in the 8th inning.
Yes, I mean, the Orioles have done so well in this series. Really control Austin Jackson at the beginning. Looks like a little cut fastball and just right off the handle. Strong enough to get over the infielder's head for a base hit. Just the 6th hit today.
Leadoff man on. Here's Andy Dirks. 0 for 3 in the ball game. 5 for 12 in the series. And 286. Brendan Bosch remains out. He's got that sprained thumb. He is not on the DL, but he's not been able to play in any of these games. So the Tigers will be looking to get him back into the lineup when they go home. Down to third. Davis bobbled. He'll have to go to the bag. And Jackson will move up. 1 down. Get maximum access to exclusive Orioles interviews, special behind-the-scenes content, available only through the social media. Be the first to know when you like Masson on Facebook at facebook.com/Masson Orioles. Content you just can't miss. Here's Maglio Ordonez. Ordonez 0 for 3 in the game. 3 for 12 this series. Only 225 on the year. Jackson at second base. Grounded towards third. Reynolds as it bounce up and off. There'll be no play anywhere. Ordonez is on. Second error charged on Reynolds at third.
Yeah, this one he just misplays. His feet get tangled up. Gets caught, doesn't know where to come in, back up, gets an in-between hop off the thumb. Second error in the last 2 innings.
So 2 on, 1 away for Cabrera. Cabrera single, 1 for 3, 12-game hit streak for Cabrera, and some fine play at first base as well.
Yeah, Reynolds had gone just 1 error in the last 37 games, and 2 in 2 innings, and now holds that record, passing Brooks Robinson. Hard to believe Brooksy made that many. In 1958, Brooks Robinson made 22 errors. And now with the 2 today, Reynolds passing by. So Brooks remembered today. Earl Weaver's birthday today. A lot going on.
Busy day in Birdland. 1 strikeout on Cabrera. That'll go to short. Hardy's got it. There's 1. Andino. And there's 2. And we go to another $1,000. Boy, it is a good day. John Costello, congratulations. You have now won another $1,000. That's $3 grand you picked up today from the Maryland Lottery Double Play Contest. Orioles on top 8-1. First Blue Cross Blue Shield gives $50 to the Living Classrooms Foundation. To date, the Orioles have 320 walks, a total of $16,000. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Ryan Perry rejoining the team and now on the mound.
Yep, he'll be back on the mound. Just recalled recently from Toledo. Now it's his third time he's been back with the big club, and pitched in 60 games for the Tigers last year. Won 3-5. Not as much work for him this year. Third stint back up and forth with the Tigers. AAA, had a pretty good year. 7 saves, 30 strikeouts, and 20 outings. 3-0 record.
Ryan Perry now pitching for Detroit.
Perry will face Andino. RBI single, 1 for 3 in the ball game for the Orioles second baseman today. And a strike on the outside corner. Reimold and Hardy are due up as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Near at Camden Yards, the Orioles played just a solid ball game. A couple of errors, but they've had the runs on the board. And they've taken advantage of an error by the Tigers and scored 2 unearned runs themselves for an 8-1 lead. Perry with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. In the air to center, hit hard, going back for it. Jackson, he's got room. And away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. David Pauly, an inning and a third with a hit and a couple of strikeouts in relief of Pfister, charged with the 8 runs, 6 earned on 12 hits over 5 2/3 innings. Reimold in the leadoff spot had absolutely no numbers that would lead you to believe he would have a good day. So he has been on base 3 times with a single, a double. He has scored 3 times officially. He's gone 2 for 3 with a walk. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and Nolan will chop that off the catcher. Oh boy, that is the 3rd time Avila's been hit hard, and every time Jimmy Leland comes out of the dugout with a trainer. Well, you talk about trying to nurse a situation. That's what they're doing here with their one catcher.
Catchers are certainly a different breed. Rick Dempsey was much like this. He would some days just get battered behind the plate. Up by the throat, looks like. I saw one off the forearm, off the shoulder. And you can see him almost like, oh, boy, what else is going to happen this afternoon?
1 ball, 1 strike. There is a 3rd emergency catcher the teams have, some position player. Used to be as tourist for the Orioles. Buck Showalter won't say who it is now.
Secret. It's a secret.
We won't reveal the name of his 3rd catcher. In the air to right field, Ordonez back near the wall, and that's going to be right off the base of the wall. Reimold into second base. He's got a double. And that'll be his 3rd hit of the day, as Maglio Ordonez has had his problems out there in right field trying to line up some balls.
Yeah, this one really kind of dies on the end of the warning track, one-handed by Reimold, and again right off the base of the wall. Ordonez really finds himself in no man's land. A couple more steps back, looked like he could have caught it, or should have caught it. And Reimold will just cruise in for an easy double.
3-hit day for Nolan Reimold, and the 14th hit of the ball game for the Orioles. Hardy would like to join the hit fest. He's had an 0 for 4 in the ball game. J.J. Hardy hitting at .271, and he'll take the pitch inside for a ball. Nolan Reimold has his 7th multi-hit game of the season. He's had 1 4-hit game. That's going to go to short. Peralta holding the runner, flips it over, and gets Hardy. 2 down. Gather up your group and enjoy Oriole Park's newest fan destination. It's the Miller Lite Flight Deck. One low price. Great place to watch a ball game from. Bar-like seating. Everyone gets a food and beverage voucher you can use anywhere in the yard. The Miller Lite Flight Deck. 888-848-BIRD to go to Orioles.com. The Sailors have been on the flight deck for this ball game.
So they should be very comfortable.
Here's Nick Markakis. Well, Nick with a chance to add to his totals. Runner at second base, 2 down. 2 RBI homer, RBI single in the 5th, and another RBI base hit in the 6th inning. 4 RBI day. 3 for 4 at the plate. He came in 0 for 8 in the first 2 games. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Orioles will get Kevin Gregg up and ready in the bullpen, which is though he is in an 8-1 ball game, just to get his work in. Markakis at 248 on the year. Got jammed. Santiago will record the out. So the Orioles are 3 outs away from wrapping up this homestand in this series with a W. We go to the 9th inning. O's up 8-1. To you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by Hyundai, it's time to join the movement. This turned out to be a beautiful afternoon after a rainy morning, and a good day on the field for the Orioles, going to the 9th inning with an 8-1 lead. And Gregg on to try and finish it off.
And with that, Kevin Gregg will come out of the Oriole bullpen fourth outing on this homestand. All non-save situations. 45 innings, 37 hits, 28 walks, 39 strikeouts. He's pitched a couple of innings. Pitched an inning here, even there against the White Sox.
Gregg facing Victor Martinez, 1 for 3 in the game. Martinez hitting at .320. Will take the pitch down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orioles 8 runs on 14 hits in the game, and the Tigers a run on 6 hits. Reyes looking for his 6th win. He'll be 6-9. Pfister, the starter, will lose it 4-13. No save here. 1-1. Misses outside. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And the Orioles head off to Oakland to start the 3-game series tomorrow night. 9:30 for O's extra. 10 o'clock for the ball game. Up the middle and a base hit. Martinez gets his 2nd hit of the game. Take a look at how the voting's going for the AT&T Player of the Game. The results so far. You can still text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Get a pinch runner at first base for the Tigers. Will Rhymes just called up, will run for Martinez. Rhymes taking Guillen's place on the roster.
Oh boy, Vic.
Johnny Peralta with nobody out, and 0 for 2 and a walk. Villiers were 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Foul back by Peralta. Oriole victory will tie up the season series at 3 games apiece against the Tigers, and will be the 3rd win in 10 games on this homestand for the O's. Shattered bat, base hit into left field. Rhymes will stop at second. Peralta's on with his first hit. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, what's been so effective, I guess, in this series is Johnny Peralta. They've kept him relatively quiet. Just a big broken bat single here. Now 2 on, nobody out.
Rayburn's had a base hit. He has struck out and grounded out. 4-game hit streak for Rayburn. That'll be outside to him for a ball. Repeatedly said in baseball, sometimes for a closer, the hardest thing to do is come in and finish up a ball game where it's not a save situation.
He's had his last 4 have been of that situation. His whole homestand. The Orioles have the fewest saves in the league. I think they have 19. Tigers with the most, 35.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Another broken bat flare. That's going to be a base hit. Rhymes will stay at third base. So 3 hits in the 9th inning have loaded him up.
They haven't been pretty, but well placed. Certainly no sense of urgency just yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Avila coming up. Another chance to extend his 10-game hit streak. He's had a walk and has struck out twice. No grand slams in his young career. And he'll take the pitch for a ball. Hitting .289, 13 home runs. Closing in on 100 hits. He's got 95. One 0 delivery, and that's outside. 2-0.
And this is what he does. He's going to keep shooting for the corners. And he's not going to stop shooting for the corner.
And he's not going to hit it. Count goes to 3-0. No place to put him. Avila will be taking one right here. He does, and it's in there.
We did see him hit 3-0 last night. Had the big hit in that inning.
Left-handers off Greg this year, 259. The right-handers just 190. 3-1 count. Bases loaded, nobody out, 9th inning. Walked in a run. Now it gets concerned. Bases remain loaded, still nobody out, 8-2 game.
And action in the bullpen quickly.
You can bet this is not something that Rick Showalter wanted to do.
Well, you start playing scoreboard math. I mean, we saw it last night. 5-run inning with 2 outs and nobody on happened very quickly.
And a strike taken. Ramon Santiago, a home run, his second. He has hit into a double play and he has struck out. Base is still loaded. Breaking ball in the dirt, stopped by Tatum.
Take a look at this follow through of Kevin Gregg. Clock really late.
One ball, one strike. Peralta, Rayburn, Avila on. 2-1.
Now thrown 17 pitches, 9 balls and 8 strikes. It's driving them wild. Literally the 2-1 pitch. I mean, it's off the plate.
3 ball, 1 strike count. No place to put Santiago, and you get the top of the order. Jackson waiting on deck. 3-1 delivery, and he walked in another run. Unbelievable. 2 bases loaded walks. It is an 8-3 ball game, and you're getting very close to that grand slam could tie it number.
Well, you start doing your countdown to Cabrera. Really, what is it? It's all about. And the Ordonez, Cabrera, Martinez.
Is coming at the bottom of the order. 2 runs in. Avila, Santiago getting the RBIs. Avila's got 56 on the year, and Santiago working out the bases loaded walk. 2 RBIs in the game, 13 on the season.
And like I said, you know, Cabrera 4 hitters away now that you're to the top of the order.
Bases loaded in the top of the 9th, an 8-3 ball game. Jackson has had 2 singles, a 2-for-4 game. And starts him out with a strike. Wanting the ground ball double play right here. It'll be inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jackson. Jackson 1 for 3 off Kevin Gregg. 1-1 deliveries up high. 2-1. Now you get into that area where for closers too many pitches. 22 pitches have been thrown. Generally for closers you get over that 25 mark.
25 you start, yeah.
And it's more than they're used to throwing. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's going to be a base hit into left field. Rayburn will score. Avila will be held, and the bases remain loaded. And it is an 8-4 ball game. And that is it for Gregg. Six batters faced, 4 singles and 2 walks. 3 runs are in.
And nobody out.
And all of a sudden, it is a laugher, no more. What had been at the start of the 9th, an 8-1 ball game is now 8-4. Jim Johnson out of the bullpen. Had Android or BlackBerry. Scores, stats, highlights. You get pitch-by-pitch tracking, interactive map of the yard. Text at bat 31826 or go to Orioles.com. Jim Johnson.
So Jim Johnson will come in. 51st appearance on the year, 5-4 record. 1 save on 6 opportunities, among the league leaders in innings pitched on the bullpen. And he gets some outs.
Andy Dirks will take a strike. Dirks has had an 0 for 4 today, but a good series, 5 for 13. Hitting .265, left fielder. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Dirks fouls it back into the screen.
Back-to-back strikes for the first time this inning.
Kevin Gregg gave up so far 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks. The 0-2 delivery, and he got him. Change up.
3 pitches, a couple of fastballs, and a straight changeup. Take a look at the 0-2 pitch. He just gets it in a great spot, down out of the zone. Bottom falls out of it. Can't throw it any better.
Maglio Ordonez. 0 for 4 in the game. And a chopper. Chance for 2. Now 1. And they'll get it. A run will score as Peralta crosses the plate, but there are now 2 down in an 8-5 game. But just to make it interesting, Cabrera is coming to the plate.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to let him hit. Not with his history. And actually, Victor Martinez leaving for a pinch runner in this inning.
So the intentional pass will be issued. You go from Cabrera to get to Martinez.
Yeah, but he's gone. It's going to be Brendan Bosch.
We have not seen Bosch. He's had that thumb strain, but he's getting ready to come out. Bosch is 0 for 2 off Jim Johnson.
What a turn of events. Martinez leads off the 9th inning with the base hit and sort of a courtesy. Jimmy Leland pinch runs for him. And now because of his absence, well, I'm not sure Buck wouldn't have done the same thing if Martinez was hitting, because he hadn't hit a home run in a long time. And Cabrera represents a tying run.
You see the brace on that thumb that has kept him out. As we said, he's not played in this series with that sprained thumb.
And this is probably not the right guy to be hitting off it with a bad thumb.
Bases loaded, 9th inning, 2 down. Orioles lead it 8-5. Bosch coming on as the pinch hitter, as Martinez led the inning off with a single and Rhymes pinch ran for him. So Rhymes being pinch hit for here. And outside for a ball. They have batted around. This is the 10th man up in the 9th inning with the bases loaded. He has had 1 career grand slam. Bosch 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter this year. Brandon Bosch with 16 home runs, 54 RBIs. A regular left fielder. 1-0 delivery, sliced in the air to left field, going over Raimo, racing, and he's got it to end the ball game. Nolan Raimo having to make a big defensive play in the top of the 9th inning to end it. Who would have thought, in a game that was 8-1 when the top of the 9th started, it would take that kind of a play to finish it off. The Tigers have a big 9th inning, but not big enough. And the Orioles win the final of their homestand by a score of 8-5. We'll be back. Talk to Nick Markakis in just a minute.